Today we're here to name the most underrated all-rounders in West Indies cricket history. Who are we going with on number 10?
Yes, I'm going to go with David Holford, Garfield Sober's cousin, leg spinner and good batsman. Played 24 test matches for West Indies, 768 runs, best of 105, 51 test wickets, best of 5 for 23. First class arena, 3,821 runs, 253 wickets, and best of 8 for 52. Top class cricketer in the 70s, 60s, 70s was David Holford.
Yeah, man, he was a true all-rounder whose contributions to West Indies cricket often flew under the radar, whether with the bat, ball, or in the field. His performances added immense value to his team in crucial moments. Pretty decent first-class record as well as test record, as Mark, mentioned, and he was known for his sharp reflexes, an exceptional fielder who added value in close catching positions, particularly. Holford's crowning moment came in the 1966 Test match against England at Lord's, batting at number 8, where he rescued the West Indies with a match-saving partnership of 274 runs alongside his cousin Sir Garfield Sobers. His unbeaten 105 remains a testament to his resilience under pressure. As a leg spinner, he was a reliable bowler who often broke crucial partnerships. His 2 5-wicket hauls demonstrate the ability to make an impact with the ball, and he was a respected leader, captaining Barbados to several successful campaigns in regional cricket. Who are we going with on number 9, man?
Yes, I'm going to go with Franklyn Stephenson from Barbados, all-rounder. Never really read a maroon for the West Indies senior team, but represent the West Indies in the Rebel Tour to South Africa in 1983. Came around the wrong time. Was an exceptional fast bowler, swing the ball, the mass of the slower delivery, exceptional batsman, lower down the order as well. Franklyn Stephenson played 219 first-class matches. He represented Sussex, Gloucestershire, Nottinghamshire in the English County Championship, Orange Free State in South Africa, and Tasmania in Australia. 8,622 runs, best of 166 for Barbados versus Leeward Islands, 12 centuries, 792 wickets, best of 8 for 47, an exceptional fielder, also an exceptional golfer as well.
A true all-round genius whose career was overshadowed by unfortunate circumstances, but with both bat, ball, and in the field, he was a force of nature. Ability to adapt to different conditions make him a legend in English county cricket, where he was often the go-to player in clutch situations. Despite his stellar domestic record, Stephenson never played for the West Indies due to the politics of time, including the strong competition in a team brimming with fast bowling greats like Marshall, Holding, and Garner. Achievements in county cricket, particularly the 1,000-run and 100-wicket feat, remains unmatched, but are often overlooked in discussions about all-time greats. Franklyn Stephenson, comes in at number 9 for us. Before we move on to number 8, let's bring you guys the first quiz question of the night. This diminutive Trinidadian batsman played 52 tests and scored 2,470 runs at an average of 35.79. Since retirement, he has been a coach for the West Indies and the Canada teams. Who is he? Drop your answers into the comments. Let's see if you guys get this quiz question correctly.
Number 8, I'm going to go with Deryck Parry from Nevis, tall off spinner. Got limited opportunities for the West Indies. Played 12 test matches, 381 runs, best of 65, 23 wickets, best of 5 for 15. Had a very good first class career, 2,552 runs, best of 96, and 251 first class wickets, best of 9 for 76. And the reason why Parry didn't break through the West Indies team in the early 80s is because of West Indies dependent and fast bowling. But he was a formidable all-rounder, very good spin bowler, give the ball a good tweak, and as a batsman was a formidable batsman as well. Another reason why he was from the smaller island, it's one of the smaller territories, Leeward Islands and Nevis. And back in those days, he never really got the nod as a cricketer. You have to be really exceptional. That was part of Caribbean politics. But Deryck Parry was an exceptional cricketer.
He was a quiet, unassuming presence, which belied his incredible skills as an off-spinner and a handy lower-order batsman. He never made the headlines like some of his contemporaries, but his contributions, as Mark mentioned, were invaluable in matches that he played both for the West Indies and in domestic cricket. Parry's most notable performance came in the West Indies tour of 1974-75, where he delivered long spells of accurate off-spin bowling against some of the world's best batsmen in spin-friendly conditions. Though his test statistics may not jump off the page, Parry was often called a upon to bowl in unfavorable situations, making his role all the more challenging. As a batsman, Parry provided stability in the lower order, often frustrating opposition bowlers. The limited opportunities he received in Test cricket didn't allow him to fully showcase his abilities, particularly in conditions that would have suited his bowling. So Deryck Parry comes in at number 8 for us. Are we going with that number 7, Mark?
Yeah, number 7, I'm going to go with Dwayne Smith, the Barbadian all-rounder, batsman, medium-fast bowler. Dwayne Smith played 10 Test matches for the West Indies, 320 runs, a best of 105 on Test debut. Played ODI for West Indies, 1,560 runs, best of 97 runs, 61 wickets, best of 5 for 45. His game really evolved into the T20 circuit. I call him the king of T20, early king of T20 cricket. Played from numerous teams around the world. First-class record, he had a good first-class record, 88 first-class matches, 3,852 runs, best of 155, 7 centuries, 138 first-class wickets, best of 5 for 17. Excellent fielder and top-class cricketer, former Barbados captain Dwayne Smith.
Dwayne Smith burst onto the scene with a breathtaking unbeaten 105 on debut against South Africa in Cape Town in 2004. However, that remained his only Test century, as he never quite found consistency in the longer format. In ODI, Smith's ability to score quick runs and pick up wickets made him a valuable asset for the West Indies, particularly during the mid-2000s when the team was in transition. His true calling, however, came in T20 cricket, as Mark mentioned, where his explosive batting at the top of the order and handy bowling made him a sought-after player in leagues around the world. And in T20 leagues, he was often the workhorse of his teams, providing impactful performances, but rarely receiving the star status of his contemporaries. Dwayne Smith, lands at number 7. Who are we going with that number?
Number 6, we're going to go with Jimmy Adams, former West Indies captain, left-handed batsman, slow left arm, orthodox for the ODI matches. He tend to be a standing keeper, wicket keeper. Adams was a very versatile cricketer. Played 54 Test matches, 3,012 runs, best of 208, 6 centuries, 27 Test match wickets, best of 5 for 17. Wicket keep in the ODI format. Played really the sheet anchor role, bat and bat and bat. Show a lot of character, a lot of concentration. Early days, I used to call him our Geoffrey Boycott batting for West Indies team. So Jimmy Adams, number 6 on my list.
A name that exudes class, resilience, and a true spirit of West Indies cricket, a left-handed batsman with a solid technique and a temperament to match. Adams was a stabilizing force for the West Indies during the 1990s, a turbulent period for the team despite his consistency, leadership, and versatility. Adams often remains overlooked when discussing the greats of West Indies cricket. Jimmy Adams made an immediate impact in Test cricket, averaging over 60 in his first 3 years at the international level. His defensive technique and composure made him a reliable presence in the middle order, often rescuing the team from dire situations. One of Adams' standout performance came during his maiden Test series against South Africa in 1992, where he scored 520 runs at an average of 173, including an unbeaten 208. While his Test numbers are impressive, his ODI contributions often went unnoticed. As a batsman, Adams was more of an anchor in the middle order, and his left-arm orthodox bowling provided crucial breakthroughs when needed. Jimmy Adams lands on number 6 on this list. Before we move on to number 5, let's bring you guys the answer to that first quiz question we brought up earlier. The quiz question was, this diminutive Trinidadian batsman played 52 tests and scored 2,470 runs at an average of 35.79. Since retirement, he's coached for the West Indies and the Canada teams. Who is he? The answer is Gus Logie. Now let's move on to number 5.
Yes, number 5, Eldine Baptiste, a fast medium bowler from Antigua, Leeward Island, represented West Indies in 10 Test matches, took 16 wickets, best of 3 for 31, 233 runs, best of 87 not out, 43 ODIs, 36 wicket, best of 2 for 10, runs 184 runs, best of 31. I never really liked the role on fire while playing for West Indies. It was a little bit inconsistent during his West Indies career, but in the first-class circuit, he played 245 first-class matches, took 723 wickets, best of 8 for 76, 8,070 runs, best of 136.
Baptiste played during an era when the West Indies were at their peak, making it tough for a player like him to shine amidst a galaxy of superstars, yet his contribution as a reliable all-rounder and one of the best fielders of his time remains invaluable. Baptiste was an efficient right-arm medium-pace bowler with a knack for breaking partnerships. While he wasn't as quick as fearsome West Indian fast bowlers of his era, his ability to swing the ball both ways and his pinpoint accuracy made him a dangerous dangerous weapon in limited overs cricket. As a batsman, he was a dependable lower order player who could stabilize the innings when needed. Eldine Baptiste comes in at number 5. Before we move on to number 4, let's bring you the second quiz question of the evening. This great West Indian batsman of East Indian origin played 79 tests and scored 6,227 runs at an average of 47.53. Can you name him? Drop your answers into the comments. Where are we going with that number 4, man?
Yes, number 4, I'm going with Roger Harper, off spinner from Guyana. Played 25 test matches for the West Indies, 46 wickets, best of 6 for 57, 535 runs, best of 74. Played 200 first-class matches, 7,480 runs, best of 234, 567 first-class wickets, best of 6 for 24. Excellent fielder. We consider him one of the best West Indies fielders of all time. Got limited opportunity because of West Indies employing that 4-man pace battery. Roger Harper was an electric fielder, always anticipated well, very quick, and always pull off some amazing catches in the field. One of the greatest West Indies fielders of all times as well.
He redefined the art of off-spin bowling in limited overs cricket and set a new standard for fielding, as Mark mentioned, in the West Indies team. Despite his stellar performances, Harper remains one of the most underrated cricketers in West Indies history. He was an intelligent off-spin bowler who used flight, drift, and variations in pace to outfox batsmen. He thrived in ODIs, where his ability to maintain a tight line and length made him a captain's go-to bowler in the middle overs. As a batsman, Harper was a dependable lower order contributor who could rescue the team in tough situations. His calm temperament under pressure stood out during tight matches. So Roger Harper, an off spinner from the era where fast bowling reigned supreme in the West Indies cricket history, comes in at number 4 for us. Who are we going with at number 3?
Number 3, I'm going with Bernard Julien, the Trinidad and Tobago and West Indies left-arm fast medium bowler. Played 24 test matches for West Indies, 866 runs, best of 121, 2 test centuries, and that his first test match century was actually his first-class century in 1976 tour of England. Bowling 50 test wickets, best of 5 for 57. First class, he got actually 483 first-class wickets, a best of 9 for 97. Bernard Julien was a versatile, underrated cricketer.
Bernard Julien, one of the most, versatile and underappreciated all-rounders in West Indies cricket history, a vital contributor during the early stages of the West Indies' rise to dominance. Julien's performances with both bat and ball were pivotal, but often overshadowed by legends around him. As a left-arm seamer, Julien was known for his ability to swing the ball both ways and deliver devastating cutters, particularly effective in English conditions. His control and consistency made him a reliable bowler during his time, and with the bat, he was stylish and effective, capable of playing attacking strokes and steadying the innings when needed. His centuries against England and Pakistan remains one of the finest all-round performances by a West Indian, and his athleticism and cricketing intelligence, made him a valuable asset for the West Indies, rounding out his skill as a complete all-rounder. Bernard Julien, lands at number 3. And who are we going with at number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to go with Carl Hooper, one of the most outstanding all-rounders for West Indies back in the day. Carl Hooper, one of the few players to achieve the triple: 100 catches, 1,000 runs, 100 wickets. He played 102 test matches, 5,762 runs, best of 233, 13 test match centuries, 114 test match wickets, best of 5 for 26, 115 test match catches overall. We used to call him the man with the golden arm. If you want a partnership break, you just give Carl Hooper the ball and he would jot up to the wickets and give you a wicket. As a batsman, he was one of the most elegant batsmen to look at when in full cry. All the shot, he had a beautiful cover drive. It was trademark. That lofted cover drive was his trademark.
He's one of the most graceful yet enigmatic players in West Indies cricket history, a cricketer whose elegance with the bat and versatility as an all-rounder made him invaluable to the team. His contributions were often underappreciated in an era dominated by flashier players. Carl Hooper at number 2. Now, before we move on to number 1, let's first give you guys the answer to that second quiz question. The second quiz question was: this great West Indian batsman of East Indian origin played 79 tests and scored 6,227 runs at an average of 47.53. Can you name him? The answer is Rohan Kanai. Before we move to number 1, make sure to check out our links in the description. Check out the Reverse Scoop shop and check out our membership section that supports youth cricket development at the grassroots level. Check those out and absolutely remember to smash that like button. Move on to number 1. And as always, for number 1, we're going to give you the description of this player and let you take a guess into the comments of who you think this player is, and we'll drop the answer right at the end of the description of this player.
He played 9 test matches for West Indies, 418 runs, a best of 100 not out, average of 32.15. First class cricket, he played 125 matches, 6,770 runs, best of 163, 128 first class wickets, best of 5 for 91. He made 86 in the final of the 1979 World Cup, a dynamic cricketer, a good batsman, excellent fielder, always in the action and always produced the runs when the chips was down.
He played one of the greatest innings in World Cup history. His 86 off 66 balls in the 1979 final against England turned the match, but his career never reached the heights it should have. If you guys have not guessed the answer by now, this is Collis King from the West Indies. If you haven't checked out our rankings on the top 10 West Indies all-rounders of all time, you'll find it on the screen right here. Make sure to check it out.